Well, welcome back to my yoga class. This is a class for the entire body, so full body, strength, flexibility, lots of core work. You're going to feel empowered, calm, but strong afterwards to be able to face whatever that day will bring you and that balance. And I hope you're going to enjoy this class. You don't need any props. I'm doing this routine again on my balcony, which I hope you're going to enjoy. And let's start practicing sitting down on the mat. Let's come sitting down on the mat. Just breathing deeply and arriving on our mat. Becoming still. And starting to breathe a little deeper. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Inhale. Lift up your arms, either shoulder width apart or together, whatever feels good, and really draw up your rib cage. Engage your core and lengthening your back. Maybe you put your head back, maybe you leave it neutral. It's up to you, whatever feels good for you. Deep breath. And exhale. Come to the side. Nice side stretch. Both sit bones stay on the floor. Core engaged. Trying to draw back that shoulder and really engaging that core, lengthening outward and to the side. With the next inhale, let's come up again. Engage your core, truly engage your core here. Lift. And with the next exhale, let's come to the other side. Both sit bones on the floor. Lift your chest up, grow taller. Draw your shoulder back. Lift. Keep on lifting. And with the next inhale, lift up one more time, really engaging that core, activating your core. Exhale, hands to the side and to the right side. Just a simple side bend. Stay tall and open. It's more important to really stay straight than to try to twist yourself and push yourself into the pose. Inhale, lift, engage your core, lift up your chest, draw down your shoulder, and exhale, left side, lift, grow taller. With the next inhale, last time, inhale, lift, exhale, hands down. And then draw the neck to the side, really lengthening the neck here. Now turn your chin a little bit down. Feel the stretch a little bit further back. And lift to the center. Left side, really lengthening. You can reach a little bit with your arm to find more length, and then chin down. Inhale. Lift up your arms wide, tall, core engaged. Exhale. Let's come onto our hands and knees. And let's activate that core. Come a little bit forward onto your palms of your hands, and your fingertips are gripping into the floor. So weight a little bit forward, core engaged, belly drawn in, a little bit forward. Nice. Now this needs to engage your core here because you're really pulling in your navel. If you want to go further, lift your knees just a few inches off the floor. Keep engaging here. Fingertips are gripping. Breathing, breathing. Hold just a little bit longer. And child's pose. Let's come forward one more time, engaging that core. Really come forward, draw in your belly a lot. Then maybe you want to lift your knees, stay here, stay. And then let's step back into plank pose if you're up for it. Step back, really hold that pose. Weight a little bit more forward, gripping your fingertips. Hold, and knees down, child's pose. Let's come forward, placing the knees and the hands down. And let's do some cat-cows to release the back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round your back. Draw in that belly. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Very nice. Let's come into neutral. And let's lift that back leg, but we're not hitting anything here. The right leg up. Don't open that hip. Stay square. So really lengthening your back here, engage your core, draw in your belly here, like you did in plank, truly engage the entire middle section. Now if you're up for it, you can lift the opposite hand, so the left hand, and stretch to the opposite side. And now really lengthening, find more length, like you're shooting the energy out. You're finding more and more length. Hold. And drop it down. Now the other side, lift the left leg, really straightening it. And you can always stay here if this is already plenty. Make sure that you're really square, belly drawn in a lot. Really find more length, even stretch out your leg more. And then the opposite right hand, stretch. Build that strength in the core and in the back muscles. Find more length. Hold it just a little bit longer. And then let's place the hand down. Cat-cow, round your back. And release. Exhale, round. Inhale. Lift. Very nice. Now let's come into the plank one more time. Hold that plank pose. And put your left leg a little bit into the middle and place your right foot on top. So you're only on one leg, on one tippy toes. Truly engage your core here. Engage, engage. And now lift the right leg up. Hold that plank. Just a little bit more. Place it on top of the other. And slowly come down. And inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, come into child's pose, lengthening that back, and then into downward facing dog. Draw on your belly here. And let's come forward to plank. Now, place the right foot a little bit more in the middle and place the left on top of the right. Hold here. Shift the weight a little bit forward. Fingertips are gripping. Find your core strength and then lift that left leg. Engage your core It should burn. Hold just a little bit longer. Place it down again. And then slowly come down. Outward facing. Find length in the chest. And through the child's pose. And then into a downward facing dog. Look forward. And let's hop. Comes to a seated position. Truly engaging that core today. Let's come into bow pose, but very slowly. Just the tips of your toes onto the floor. Try to really draw in that belly. Really try as much as you can. Nobody's perfect. To lengthening your back. You can have your hands at first here. Breathing deeply, really engaging that core. And then let's have the hands to the front. Breathing. Breathing. Just smiling. I really don't like Navasana bow pose, but it's really good for the core. So let's strengthen our core. And then you cross your ankles. Place your weight a little bit forward and lift. And maybe lift both legs, maybe only one or none. Just, you should really feel your core engaged and burning when you do this. Now stay at this level where you're just here, or you can lift your toes. Keep on smiling. Lift up your chest just a little bit taller. Draw in your belly button a little bit more. One more breath. And then cross the other foot on top and place your weight forward. And maybe you're just here, and this is good. Maybe you come forward and you lift. And sitting down. For a third time, stay here. This is plenty. Okay, you stay at this level. You stay at this level. You lift up your feet one more time, or you go all the way into full Navasana. But it doesn't matter how far you go. It's not that one is better over the other. It's just at what level you are. And be more loving and kind with yourself. So see, today I'm really shaking. I'm really struggling. But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. One day it's easier. One day it's harder. Cross your legs. Shift your weight forward and truly engage. And let's sit down. Cross your leg one more time. I'm taking the other one on top. And then I jump back. Or you can step back. Upward facing dog. Shift your weight back. Child's pose into a downward facing dog. Breathe. Maybe even exhaling with your mouth, truly letting everything go. Everything go. And then let's look forward and let's step the right leg forward. And first of all, let's just open up just a little bit the hip. So shift your weight a little bit forward and back. Be kind to yourself. Very nice. And then from here, from coming to a high lunge, really peeling your chest open and really making sure that your left hip is drawing forward as much as the right hip. Let's have the hands in front of our heart. And if you would like to go further, lift up your arm. You can always have the option of keeping your shoulders apart or together, and then maybe even come into a slight back bend if that feels good for you today. Hold on here. Hands meet in front of the chest. Really draw back that heel, opening up that hip flexor. And then let's come into the twist. Come into the twist. Palms in front of your heart. Really twisting open. You can always place your knee down if it's too hard to keep the balance. Now your thighs are burning, but stay with it, stay with it. Have your hands clasped behind you, opening up that chest. And then come into a humble warrior. I know it's burning. I know. It's not really humble warrior because we're still in a lunge. So a humble lunge. Now let's come up. You can do this. You can do this. And then we are going to have our right leg straight. The back leg is moving in just a little bit too. And we're going to come into a nice, slow pyramid pose. But first we're going to hold that pose. About that your upper body is horizontal to the ground. And both legs are straight, both hip bones are facing forward, and truly engaging your core here. You need to draw on your belly, hands to the back, as if you are wanting to fly. Hold here. Engage your core. Then you place your hands down, and you can bend forward. Breathing deeply and relaxing. Then shift your weight more into the front leg. Let's shift more, hands a little bit more in front of your mat, and you're going to look down, and then you lift off your left leg into a warrior 3, and I'm almost too close to the wall. Now, if you're ready, fingertips on the floor. If you can hold that pose, you can have your hands in front of your chest. I'm really losing my balance here. Sometimes it's harder than other days. Be humorous about yourself. Be okay with it. Hold that pose. Hold it. Find more length. And then placing your hands down and maybe coming into a standing split. And this is a difficult pose for me. Don't open up your hip. Keep it straight. And walk your hands more towards that front foot. And lift, lift, lift. You can lift a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. And then bend your front knee. Your back knee is coming into the front knee. So you're going to sit down and just come into a nice sitting twist. Relaxing, releasing, enjoying the break. Really finding length here, finding relaxation, enjoying. Counter twist, just quick. And let's come to the front. Come into a nice plank pose. Hold the plank pose. You're already really strong on the core. Hold that plank a little bit longer. And now let's do one push-up. Down and up and down. And then we're going to scoot into an upward facing dog. Child's pose, finding links in your back. And from here into a downward facing dog. Very nice. Now, let's lift our left leg. And then step it forward into a lunge. And relax here, the hip. Left foot is forward, right foot back. Shift your weight forward and back. Nice. Relax. And once we loosen up our hip a little bit, we can come up onto our fingertips, fingertips, fingertips. Peel ourselves up and really opening up the right hip flexor. Really truly make sure that both hip bones are facing forward. You can stay here, hands in front of your heart, truly strengthening your legs. Your heel is pressing back. You can have your hands shoulder width apart, together, and maybe a back bend. come to the middle. And let's come into the twist. And you can always place your knee down for the twist if it's not good with your balance. Hands in front of your heart. Look up if possible. Come up again. Stay in the lunge, humble lunge. Hands clasped behind you, maybe the other thumb on top that you usually don't put on top. Stay low. And then let's put our chest towards that knee or placing our shoulder and truly relaxing. Strong legs, core stays engaged. Breathe. Slowly peer yourself up. Let's step that right leg a little bit in, left leg straightens, and let's shift forward, truly engaging that core and come into a pyramid pose variation, as if you're like flying forward. Truly engage your core here, lengthening. Then place your hands down and let's relax in the stretch. Folding forward. And it doesn't matter how deep you get here. Make sure both hip bones are facing forward. And it is a nice stretch and it's relaxing. Find the peace. Find the rest. Breathe deeply. And now, let's place our hands to the front. Look between your hands, fingertips on the floor. Shift your weight forward and lift that back leg. And you can have your fingertips on the floor, straightening that back leg, and then slowly shift up. Look at one point. See, that side for me is a little bit better. You always have a favorite side, or sometimes for some reason, one side is better than the other. One more breath. Hands, fingertips on the floor, and bend your knee into the other one and slowly sit down here and come into a nice twist, relaxing. This is a break for me. I hope for you too. Breathing deeply. Finding more length, more relaxation in the midst of everything. In the midst of your practice, your life. Find these points where you can just inhale and exhale and let everything go. Let go. Now let's twist to the other side. Let's cross our feet, come forward into a nice plank. You can step back or hop. Plank, hold it, shift that weight forward. Maybe you would like to place your tops of your feet down and come here into the plank. It's a little bit harder and you need to be open in your feet. Stay here. Stay. Placing your feet down. Let's do another push-up. If you can always place your knees down doing this. So let's go down, up all the way, down slowly, hold it here, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and then upward facing dog. Look over one shoulder, look over the other shoulder. Let's come into a child's pose, into a downward facing dog. Breathing here deeply. Shifting your weight forward, and no, we're not going to do another push-up. Just come laying down on the floor. Very nice. So we're going to interlace our fingers behind our back, opening up that chest. Really draw the hands back. The upper body comes off the floor. Legs are totally engaged here. Knees are lifted. Stay here. Stay. Find more length, more height with the upper body. And relax for a second. Inhale. And take that breath to let all the tensions go. One more. Now let's have our hands to the back, palms facing up. Feet are together, and now let's lift the legs. And it's more important than to have height, to find length. So really straightening out those legs. Find more length, like an arrow, finding length. Hold it. One more time. And release. Inhale. Exhale. Let everything go, all tension. Inhale. Exhale. Now you can repeat the Shalabhasana pose we just did, or you can come into bow pose if you're ready for it. So you're going to keep your forehead down on the floor, grab your ankles, keeping your feet together. Don't go as wide. Keep them more together. Maybe toes are touching, but it's not necessary. Then inhale, and on the exhale, you lift. Your hands are wanting to go forward. Your feet are wanting to go up. So you're pulling opposite sides and breathing. I'm shaking here. Smile. Find the ease in the challenge. It's okay if you're rocking back and forth. Hold one more breath. And release. Feet together. Toes together. Heels apart. Fall to the side. Rebreathe. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Let's do this one more time. You can do this either Shalabhasana with the hands to the back, remember, or one more if you're up for it. So we can do this. Inhale. On the exhale, lift. Find more length. Maybe look up. You don't have to. Just make sure your neck is nice and loose. And breathe. Smile. It makes it so much easier. And lift a little bit more. One more deep breath. You can do this. Exhale. Come down. Lift yourself up. Upward facing dog. Into a child's pose, and this time the hands come to the back. Rest your forehead down, your feet really this time together, hands come to the back, draw your elbows forward and squeeze your knees in so you're really engaging your legs here. Core drawn in, find that length in your back. And then release. Slowly come up. Maybe you're up for the puppy pose. So you come on all fours. Make sure your legs are really back. And then you slowly move forward with your arms. Either the forehead on the floor, which I like to have my chin down. But only if you can lift off your chin and truly your chest is on the floor, not the weight is all in the chin. So I can lift my chin up actually, and I have no weight on it if I want to. Really draw forward. It needs to feel good here. Otherwise, put your forehead down. You don't want to strain your neck. Deep breaths. One more time. Very nice. And actually, I like to come out and just lay down and come into Sphinx pose. Feet are together. Knees are lifted because your feet are Your legs are so engaged. The butt stays jiggly while the legs are engaged, and this is not easy. It's like body part isolations. Your chest is really drawing forward. It's not so important that you look up or you strain your neck back. That's not good. You can even look down if you want to. It's more about the chest opening. My shoulders are always tight, so they're a little bit drawn forward. But everybody's doing their best. Breathing deeply. Very nice. Lay yourself onto the floor. Have your hands underneath your shoulders. Toes are on the floor. Now engage your entire body and in one straight line, come to a lift off. Lift off. Very nice. Into a plank, into a downward facing dog. Now you step or hop forward. Very nice. And let's have both feet, toes facing forward. Toes are really drawn towards you, so your legs are really engaged. My knees are lifted off, and even my heels are lifted off. Stay straight. Look at your nose tip, or if that's not good, you can always close your eyes. But your back needs to lift. The core is engaged. Truly feel that lifting. Really draw your toes towards you. Dandasana pose. Now I always like here to point my toes and to flex one more time. Point, flex, and then lift up your upper body, hands shoulder width apart. Stay here, and now keep your back engaged. Place your hands together in front of your chest and move forward, forward. Toes are drawn in, belly is drawn in, face forward. Now this forward fold is really a lot of engagement in the core, and you will feel it also in the back of your legs. Of course, you can place your hands down onto the tops of your toes, but you can also stay here. A little bit more. This is a lot of work. And then come into the forward fold and relax. And it doesn't matter how deep you are. No competition, just relax. Just find that still point here. Breathing in and maybe exhaling through your mouth. Letting everything go. Truly relaxing. Slowly lift up, place your hands to the back. Roll your shoulders forward. Now you can always have the feet on the floor and lift up here, or feet straight. Shoulders roll forward. Engage your core, draw it in, and then lift, 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 lift. Maybe your toes are touching the floor, maybe not, it doesn't matter. Lift up your hip, that's the most important thing, and to open up your chest. This takes a lot of strength. Stay with it. Stay, one more breath. And exhale down nicely. Draw in your legs, round your back, and release. One more deep breath. Nice. And I like to do, we've done a lot of core, a little bit of back bend, a lot of strength, forward fold, and I feel like my hips need to open up a little bit more. So You can have one foot in front of the other, which is the easiest version. You can have the right foot a little bit more in the front. Then if you fold forward, it's nice opening of the hip. Or you can come into the fire log pose where the feet are parallel onto each other. Now, if your knees are very much apart here, you can place pillows underneath them. Sit up nice and tall. You can always just move forward here and stay. That makes your core having to be engaged. Or you can place your hands down and you can just relax. Maybe placing your elbows down, forehead resting onto your hands. Feet are flexed if you are in fire log pose. My core is still engaged. My belly button is still drawn in. And if you feel nice and open, do it slowly. You can come all the way down. Feel the releasing. This should not hurt in your back. If it hurts your back, your lower back, you have gone too far and you need to back off. It needs to feel nice. Slowly lift, 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 lift. And then let's come to the twist towards the front knee. So to the right side, lift your upper body, lift. Find length. And release. Let's have the other foot in front, so the left foot in front of the right. You can have the forward fold here, which is a nice stretch, or you can have fire log pose, one leg on top of each other, and if your knees are more lifted, then you place a pillow underneath. Otherwise, you can wiggle a little bit to feel comfortable. You can draw from the back and truly engaging your core and staying here, nice opening. You can come down with you onto your elbows and placing your forehead down. Do it slowly. You don't have to make your body do anything. Just as you want to be treated and you want to treat others gently and softly, learn to appreciate that God has given you this body. And that's a gift, and so you don't break it down, but you slowly, invitingly opening up. And then maybe you can come all the way down. But again, do what feels good for you. You don't want to hinder yourself to do the work of God by injuring yourself, but you want to be nice. You want to feel open. You want to feel relaxed. Any annoyance you have with your body, or maybe outside noises or anything, practice this during your practice, to let that go, to be okay with the disturbance, the tightness, the problem that still somehow stays in your life. It's okay. Find that point where within the tension, you find that relaxation and that breath deep in and let go and be okay with it. Then slowly we lift off and twist to the left, finding that length in the spine, lifting, lifting, lifting. And let's come out of the pose. Let's come sitting onto the floor and slowly, one more time, engage your core here. And slowly draw on your belly button. Slowly, as if you want to put an egg, super breakable egg down. Slowly engage your core, engage your core, engage your core. Gently put yourself down. Now it's the time to find space. Lots of space if you like. And to just let go and release. We breathe in the nose, out of the mouth, and let go. Shavasana. Take this very important time. This might be the only time you get today, or have gotten, to find rest. Take it as a necessary means, which it so is. Let go of your breath. Let go of your thoughts. Let go of any kind of tensions. And just relax deeper and deeper to this quiet space. Listening. Maybe God wants to speak to you in your life. Open up your ears wide and listen. And slowly deepening your breath if you're ready for it. Otherwise, stay. I like to stretch myself as if I'm coming out of a long sleep. And I like to draw in my knees, finding length for my back. And then slowly rolling to the side, slowly sitting up. And again, take this moment here of silence, of quietness. You will continue with your life in a minute. Stay here on the mat just a little bit longer. Feel what has shifted in your body during the practice. Your mind. See that you take this quiet feeling, this empowered feeling, this energized feeling into the rest of your day. Remember, when you face something today, to find that balance between strength that you need to use to overcome the challenge or to face whatever you're facing, and that rest, that stillness, the balance. Maybe you use that breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and let go. exactly when you need it, where you need it, to come into that balance. I hope you enjoyed this practice, and you're going to join me again next week for another practice. God bless you. God keep you safe and sound. Yep. See you next week. As you can see, my little puppy is 11 weeks old now. And he slept through, again, the entire yoga session underneath the laundry rack. It's really hot here, and he's enjoying the coolness of a laundry rag and the cold floor. And he's just zoned out, totally deep in relaxation. And we can really learn from how he can so relax.